Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
For those nighttime sniffles, try Calpol Vapor Plug-in Nightlight for a comfortable night's sleep. Calpol, let's kids be kids.
Okay. Is the recording being stopped?
Just one observation, Amanda. There is a chat on saying Dr. Pat Obiefule has been here since 8 p.m. And I already greeted everybody. I'm trying to let you know I'm here already, but you're not letting me unmute. So just to let you know, Amanda. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I was just trying to say, when she says we are waiting for Dr. Patricia, I wanted to say I'm here already, but I wasn't able to unmute. That's all. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much, Ma. I'm very sorry about that. I just did not see you on the screen. And thank you very much, Evie, for pointing that out from the chat. Mr. Ben, please have your eyes on the chat, please, so we know when important information like this is coming in, please. Very important. Okay, Dr. Pat Obiefule, thank you very much. Sorry for keeping you waiting. We didn't mean to put you out there. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll just introduce myself. Okay, before we move on, I just think I did not, because people were already in the room and we just started. My name is Amanda Major. I am an engineer by profession, and I'm the president of the Nigeria Association here in County Clare, Ireland. So, and I'm the chairperson for the planning committee of this event today, with my co-commanders that walk this through. So having said that, I'm going to be introducing the chairperson for Labour Party Ireland and Northern Ireland to give us a welcome speech. So Mr. Zev Ike, please, the chairperson. The spotlight is on you.
Good evening, everybody. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, good evening, Chairman.
Co-members of Labour Party Ireland and Northern Ireland, Dr. Pat Obiefule and Dr. Franco Yanusi, the spokesperson of the campaign, Presidential Campaign Council, and also Amaze of the media, and we still expected the diaspora chairman, the national chairman, and maybe your principal or his running mates. May I just welcome you to this town hall meeting of our chapter. I am the chapter chairperson of the Labour Party of Ireland and Northern Ireland. I just want to let you know a few strides we've made, or the impact we've made. I believe among the 10 chapters of Labour Party all around the world, we are the ones who have officially registered within our country, and officially as required by the Irish state. And we have actually met the requirements of all the requirements that is stipulated by the Labour Party diaspora in Nigeria. And our aim of this town hall meeting today is to bring the Nigerians in Ireland and Northern Ireland to listen to both our principal, the national chairman, the diaspora committee, and also the campaign council about what that is required of us as diaspora to help make a new Nigerian, bring our principal, His Excellency, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, as the next president of Federal Republic of Nigeria come February 2023. Whatever it requires as we in the diaspora to make this happen is why we are set up and why we are having this town hall meeting today. We just want to use this opportunity to encourage every Nigerian in Ireland by your support. I mean, the team of the Labour Party who will be with us here today to make sure we deliver Labour Party and His Excellency Mr. Pistobi and his team as the incoming government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'm not going to bore you so much with speeches, but we also want to hear from you what is required of us to do. Before now, I can tell you that as part of the diaspora committee of Labour Party in Nigeria, we have also joined the other 10 chapters in trying to make little contributions to make sure that the campaign and the party runs as it's supposed to be. With the little financial contributions, mobilization, and also a few other things that has been done in terms of campaign, I can actually categorically tell you now that we have been engaged in mobilizing some young youth and other Nigerians to go into the far north of the country in trying to mobilize both the women in the markets and some students within the colleges. If I can mention names, Zamfara, Sokoto, Bauchi, and Adamawa. So I actually personally work with a team in Abuja who goes to Zamfara, Sokoto, Bauchi, and Adamawa almost every week to rent televisions and translate the campaigns of our principal, His Excellency, Mr. P2B, to the northern Nigerians into the Hausa language and other languages. So this is the little effort we've made to make sure we deliver our duty as Nigerians in the diaspora for the furtherance of our national development, which means contributing into the political framework of Nigeria and make sure Labour Party comes as the next government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. On this note, I will actually welcome few other people, and I have not seen the diaspora chairman here, Honorable Amadi Chike, and also the national chairman is not yet with us. Maybe I will employ Dr. Tanko Yanusi to maybe address the meeting.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Zev. Thank you very much. I know Dr. Jaluse Tanko is in the house. I can see him somewhere. Please, sir, if you're here, can you unmute yourself? Hello. So can you unmute yourself? Because we cannot hear you, because I know I saw you here a while ago, but okay, it's coming back in. Yeah, I think you went out, so it's coming back in. Okay. Bear with us now. You know, Nigerian line, they just keep going off and on. So bear with us. Dr. Yanuse Tanko, are you back in with us? Okay, I can see him now. So can you unmute yourself, please? Perfect. Oh, good. Perfect. Thank you, sir. You're very welcome, sir. If you can hear me, can you just please introduce yourself and address the house, please?
Okay. I'm sorry you may not be able to get a video of me. I'm actually on a transit. I am on my way back from my ward in Kano, so I can only do audio. For the purpose of records, my name is Dr. Yunus Etanko. I am the chief spokesperson of the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having me on your platform.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for coming. It's nice to have you. Thank you very much. So while we have you, can you please just tell us what you do and what you're doing at the moment and what you've done so far? I think
Okay,
you have 5 minutes to do that.
Okay, I will go straight to the point. I'm going to talk to you about what is actually on the hot seat at the moment now. I am a spokesperson. I have been doing that. And then the truth about it is that we are almost like 71 days to election, if I'm not mistaken. But I know for sure that INEC has given a deadline for submission of agents. I am majoring on this particular advocacy of agents and polling units, which is the hallmark of our campaign generally. Let me share with you a little bit of statistics. We have 176,846 polling units cut across the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the Labour Party must fill these particular agents as soon as possible. We have less than 2 weeks to ensure that those particular polling units are filled up with agents. Yes, I am not oblivion of the fact that some people are already mobilizing the agents. In the north, we have total number of 49 million people to vote. And in the south, we have 45 million people to vote. We control 93,000 polling units in the north. And so therefore, it's behoves on me and my own people that we should be able to mobilize along that polling unit to ensure that we cover all ground. The advantage of this particular advocacy is that we will have people who will canvass for Peter Obi and Deti Baba Ahmed in each of the units. I'm not talking about ward now, I'm talking about the units. And what we need to do is to ensure that these people who are going to be at the polling unit must be PVC owners of that unit, meaning that you must be resident in that particular area to become our own polling agent. And at the end of it all, you will also be a canvasser. We need each polling unit have 500 people to vote. That's the voting capacity. From our calculation of what I had done is that we need nothing less than 200 persons in each of the polling units. If you add up this particular 176,846 polling units times 200, you will have nothing less than 35 million people voting for Peter Obi. That will have won us the election.
Wow.
Now, take note, in 2019, I ran for presidency too, but what we had a total number of voters was 883 million people. Buhari won with 15 million. Atiku came second with 11. Some of us share the remaining 3 million as the case may be. Today, we are having 96 million people registered. And the demography also show that 12 million of those voters are Nigerian youth who are predominantly obedient in nature. So if we mobilize along that polling unit, we will be able to get this polling unit voting for Peter Obi in large numbers. But what we need to do is what we call the advocacy of emergency for control your polling unit. I know most of you are in the diaspora, but then you have one or two brothers and sisters living back at home. I will urge you, as a matter of urgency, to ask everybody to go back to his polling unit. That is where the action is now. That is where the manipulation and the voting and everything is done. So everybody should go back. And I've always advised that our principal will launch this particular action plan, starting from his own polling unit, followed by the vice president, followed by the chairman of the party, followed by the secretary of the party, followed by all members of the campaign council. From the calculation I had in my own statistics, we have 1,482 PCC members, that's the Presidential Campaign Council. We have 774 local government ward chairmen in the party. We have 6 state chairmen of the party, and we have more than 1,000 members of support group. If each person go back to his polling unit to mobilize, mobilization is not one person. It can be as much as possible. If we do this, if everybody go back to his polling units, we will be sure of winning elections. But if we do not do this, we have problem of shortage of people who will even protect the votes. The advantage is enormous. One, if we succeed in covering all the 176,000 polling units, we will be able to ascertain the result of the election immediately when the election is concluded. Our result will be in our hands. We can challenge any contradictory result by INEC, by anybody, because all of the agents will have in their hand as first-hand information the result at every polling unit. And also what it simply means is that at that point when everybody has mobilized in his polling unit, there is no polling unit that we will not have vote for Peter Obi. This is my advocacy to everybody. For me, any other mobilization or support or funding should be geared towards this, because at every polling unit, for example, the minimum we can mobilize any member of the person, at least at the polling unit, is a minimum of 5,000 naira. Other political parties are ready to pay up to about 20,000 naira, as the case may be. Some are saying that we can get organic agents at every polling unit. I agree it is possible, but let us be human and know that people will stay in that polling unit from morning till evening. At least let them give them something that they can use in buying pure water. We are not paying them. We are only complementing what their effort will be. This is my honest submission to you in this particular gathering, to ensure that all of us collectively we mobilize for us to win election in 2023. Peter Obi is a good candidate. Deti Baba is a good candidate. They are efficient drivers and they are efficient vice driver. But we need to help them to move that vehicle, the Labour Party, to our destination of winning election. I thank you very much for listening. God bless you and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Yahusa Tanko. That is wonderful. Thank you very much. Actually, the fact that, we are mobilizing people to actually stay back, after voting to guide the votes is very important. And mind, just like you said, they will be there for money tonight. And of course, they need water, they need bread, they need something to eat, and I think us from here, we diaspora, as much as we cannot vote, I think that's what we can do. So if you look at the charts, just to, contribute to what our Dr. Tanko have just said, if you look at the chart, there is a link. I've sent the first link, which is the program of the day, and there's another link that's been sent, which is the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe is actually to raise a fund targeted to what Dr. Tanko have just said to us. So please feel free to click on the link and it will take you directly to the page on how you can donate towards this event. Thank you very much. Thank you again, once again, Doctor. And I will just move on, okay, as long as we have Dr. Patricia Obi-Fuller. Dr. Patricia Obinefula, CPO in the house. Doctor.
Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you very much, ma.
It's not allowing me to unmute my camera, but that's okay. I guess you can hear me. That's what's important. Thank you for having me. I'm Dr. Patricia Obiefule. Everybody calls me Dr. Pats. I'm a diasporan on ground, hands-on, helping with the process here. So I speak as a diasporan who is on ground and have experiencing what is going on. Dr. Tanko has spoken very well. He hit the nail on the head in terms of one of the key factors that need to be attended to if our principal is going to succeed, is going to win, if we are all going to win, actually. And that is the polling unit agents and the canvassers. Now, there are what we consider three key factors that has to be concurrently of almost equal importance. And I will explain why that has to be concurrently dealt with for us to come out victorious. One is the PVC collection. Now, only people with PVC can vote. We can have all the polling units guarded, and if all these obedients have not collected, do not have their PVCs, they are not going to vote to begin with. There will be no vote to guard. That's one. Two, there as a convener on ground actually going for mobilization, I have severally experienced the situation, and others have as well, in very rural communities where in some cases they don't know Peter Obi, in some cases they know him, they love him, but they don't know which party to vote for Peter Obi. So I have asked some and they say he's with ABGA, that's in the Southeast. I have asked some up north, they say PDP. So the ongoing Papa Mama Pikin logo sensitization is just as critical. It is a mission critical project, just like the polling unit canvassing and the PVC collection. Just this evening, someone stood in an INEC office and made a video. There was nobody in that office, and rows and boxes of PVCs to be collected. And he's saying, look at this. There's nobody in this office. So people can just walk in and get their PVC, but they are not. Okay, so if those PVCs are sitting there, how are we going to vote? So we have a project ongoing for PVC collection. The CPO does, Coalition for Peter Obi, as I'm sure some other coalitions that are working towards the same goal. This, by the same token, the Papa Mama Pikin sensitization project is also ongoing in a very small, disorganized, haphazard scales, because different support groups are attending to different communities as they can afford. So that's something that needs to be, we need to throw our weight behind that to make sure. It doesn't make sense that after all of this preparation, after all of these efforts, these people go in the polling booth and then press PDP and come out thinking they voted for Peter Obi. That would be disastrous. So that's very important. Okay, the Papa Mama Pikin project. What we have been doing, some of the support groups who are doing mini projects of that, we, including my group, we have been, we've printed stickers of the logo, and we're placing it behind people's phones, those who have phones, those who don't have phone, on their wallet, on their handbag, on their door, if we're at home, at their place, anywhere we can put it for them to have it. So that's critical, that we should pursue and conquer that project in a massive scale, so that by election time, P2B and Labour Party will be a household name. So I'm going to stop here for now. But before I do, let me add also. Remember, I said I'm speaking as a diasporan. Now, I've always believed that two key roles that the diasporans can play in this election, other than the ones who are able to come home and vote. Those two key roles are mobilization, indirect mobilization, which a lot of us have been doing already to those who are not on ground, which is calling all your contacts back home here and making sure they are not just obedient, but useful, and demanding evidence that they are actually working towards that, especially the ones that you support. So that's indirect mobilization. If they know that the person supporting them is likely to cut off support unless they are obedient, actively and usefully obedient, then that makes a whole lot of sense and very helpful. That's one of our roles as diaspora. The second important role, more important, is the funding. Diaspora has always been the source of funding for most of these projects. And I'm aware in different silos, in different units, different organizations, diasporans have been funding. So I want to encourage us to please do not relent. Please do not relent. Some are supporting or donating to the Labour Party directly. Some are donating directly to the campaign office. Some are donating to support groups, okay? Now, we do have, as I said, a coalition of support groups, CPO, Coalition for P2B, over 130 support groups. Anybody who is interested, or if you are so moved, you can also choose to support CPO, because the reason being that we have a collection of that many support groups who can go at any of these projects with full force. The manpower is there. The programs have been mapped out already, ready to hit the ground running. So I thank you all very much. Let's not relent. Let's not put our hands on the plow and look back. God bless us all. God bless the diasporans for the critical role that we are playing in this election. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ma. We have to clap. Thank you very much, Ma, for that. Thank you. And,
you're welcome.
And I just want to actually comment on your works that you are doing. You know, we here at Diaspora, we're doing a great work, and thank you, Ma, for being there for us as well, because whatever we're doing with people like you, passing it down to back to Nigeria means a lot to us. Thank you very much for all your efforts. I just noticed
Amanda, let me just make some introductions, please. Sorry, everyone. May I introduce the chairman of the USA Labour Party chapter in the name of Professor Edward Oparoji. And Professor Oparoji, can you just say hello to the audience?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome, sir.
Hello, sir. You're welcome to the house.
Thank you very much, and I want to commend everybody for the excellent work that is being done, and I want to join all others to encourage the collaboration that we're all having globally to ensure that we are all going to land safely in the new Nigeria. So I'm here to offer my solidarity, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
May I also introduce the diaspora chapter in the name of Honorable Amadichi Chike, who has been trying to track the national chairman, Barrister Gila Sabure, and I can see he is here with us. Honorable Amadike, can you just unmute yourself and say hello to the audience?
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
evening,
sir.
sir.
You're very much welcome.
Thank you. Sorry, I came a bit late. We've been in another meeting for a while. I just ended that meeting. I have to run in here. My sincere apologies for coming late. I want to mostly welcome all of you to this wonderful platform. We all are here for a new Nigeria. Perhaps I will pause here when I'm allowed to address, and I will make a speech. Thank you very much.
So you can go ahead. You can go ahead. We tried to usher you before.
Let me hold on and see if my national chairman will come in so that I will introduce him. Then I will make my speech while he's here. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Any more, sir? Are you okay?
John.
Okay. So we are waiting for the national chairman. Okay. Barrister Julius Abure. Okay, and we have our Honorable Amadachi Chike in the house, and also we are waiting for Aisha Yusuf to join us as well. You know, she would, because she's in another meeting as well at the moment. So, you know, this is campaign season, you know, and there's meeting upon meeting, so she would join us in between, you know, that as well. So
Amanda, just 1 minute. Let me just make some recommendations. I mean, some introductions more of some support group in our midst. I can see Mrs. Edizen Onilenla of the Diaspora Vanguard Island. Ms. Onilenla, can you say hello to the audience?
okay.
Can you unmute yourself and say hello to the audience, please?
Can you unmute yourself? We're not hearing if you're speaking.
You're not hearing me speaking? Okay, while she is getting ready to come in, may I introduce one of the members of Nigerian Diaspora Alliance in the name of Ugochukwu Wankwo. Can you just unmute yourself and say hello?
Good evening, my honorables. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
We can.
Hello, my chairman, good evening. My name is Edzemi Onilinla, and I'm the lead coordinator of the Diaspora Vanguard Island. So it's a great pleasure to be here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming. Thank you.
Mr. Ugo Wankwo.
Hello, sir. Yeah, you can go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. My name is Ugochukwu Wankwo, one of the directors of the Nigerian Diaspora Alliance. I'm glad to be here. Good work you guys are doing, and everyone is pitching in to make sure that our principal get elected. Thank you.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Can I also call on Mr. Okechukwu Obiesie to say hello to the audience?
Hello?
Can you say hello to the audience?
Hello, good evening, all.
Good evening.
Good evening, madam. How are you?
I'm good. You're very welcome.
Well, my name is Felix Obiesie. I'm from Onitsha. I'm currently the chairperson of Igbo Community, Waterford. and the chairperson of Onichado Island, and also the coordinator of all the chairpersons in every county in the Republic of Ireland. I welcome you guys. Thank you for this noble meeting.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
You
you.
are welcome.
Yes.
Yes, Chairman, any more?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Thank you very much, my chairman. I mean, you're doing a good job. That's the work of a chairman. He has to recognize everybody that's in the house, and just know some few faces and, and some few names. So, as chairman, he knows all of them. So well done, sir. And thank you again, everybody. Once again, I will just draw our attention to the chat. The link on the chat, the GoFundMe, very important. Please, can we just look at that link and just please support, just like what our daughter said, Dr. Tanko said. It is very vital that we raise funds for this cause, okay? Because it's not that we're not paying anybody, but people need, at least they need to drink water. While they are protecting the votes, they need to drink water. They need something to just eat and bite and wait. And Nigeria is very hot. So please just think about that and just use the chat there. The money is not going to anybody's account. It's on GoFundMe and it's going to be very transparent. You go to see where the money is going to and you're going to see what it's being used for. Okay, and that is what we stand for. That's what Labour Party stands for. We are transparent. Please, the link has been sent to the chat. Please use it. Thank you very much. And then the program as well is on the chat as well. You can see the program on the order of the day. As we move on.
Okay, Amanda, just 1 minute. I think I can see the chairman of Labour Party Ireland. Labour Party Germany chapter. I can see, I think Mr. Roberts, Michael Roberts, I think he should be. Mr. Robert, Engineer Robert, if you are the Robert I'm seeing here, can you say hello to the audience?
Mr. Robert, sir, can you unmute yourself, please?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Engineer Robert.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes. No. We cannot
Mr.
hear
Robert,
you.
can you unmute yourself? You muted yourself again. Engineer Robert, can you unmute yourself?
While we are waiting for him, okay.
Yeah, this is Engineer Mike Roberts. It's a pleasure.
Okay, Sam, while we are waiting for Engineer Roberts, okay, can you introduce somebody else so that we can move on? Chairman.
Well, I think we're waiting for the national chairman and probably to address the town hall meeting.
Okay. The national chairman is not here at the moment. Okay, can Honorable Chike, address us, please, and while we wait for the national chairman, is that okay?
If it's ready, because he said he's waiting for the national chairman.
Okay. Just while we are waiting so that we don't waste anything. Okay, I just want to draw our attention because somebody just actually called my attention to this. If you are not familiar with GoFundMe, okay, once you click on the link, GoFundMe, okay, the link that is on the chat, once you click on it, it will take you to a page that said donate, okay? When you put the amount that you're going to donate, you will see a green line. There's a green line, okay, that it says tip. It said tip. Okay, if you say you're going to donate 20 euro, 50 euro, you will see the word will just come at tip. There's a green line and it always starts at 3 euro, which means it's a tip. Tip for the service of GoFundMe. Look, that is for you to decide now. If you leave that there, they're going to take 3 euro off whatever you are donating. Let me say if you're donating 50 euro, they're going to take 3 euro. They're going to give GoFundMe towards this cause 47 euro. So I will advise you to actually pay attention to that. So if you are not tipping, please put it down to 0. Just put it down to 0 and then your 50 euro will be given to the cause. Okay, but if you are tipping, if you want to tip GoFundMe, that is left for you to decide. But if you're not tipping, please just throw it down to 0, so that whatever you are giving towards this cause will just remain that way. Okay, thank you very much for that. Please, I need to see the GoFundMe moving because this is all we can do. We here in diaspora, that is all we can do towards this cause until the diaspora vote is being sorted out. Okay, thank you very much. Chairman.
Yes, Amanda.
Good. What else do you have to say to us? Do you have anything to say to us while we are waiting? Because we cannot just keep quiet and be waiting. So if you have anything to say to us or you want to, if you have anything to say to us, you have the floor now for just 5 minutes while we wait for the national chairman to come in.
Well, just like you said earlier on, part of this town hall meeting is just for us to collaborate with other support groups as Labour Party chapter in Ireland and Northern Ireland to mobilize more other resources and financial resources to support the work of Labour Party during this campaign and towards the election. Like Dr. Pat did mention there, and also Dr. Tanko also mentioned, there are going to be election monitors, and they will also need funds, both their training and also their work during the election. All these things are going to be funded. So the major thing we're doing here today is just to try to see how we can raise reasonable funds and also towards the mobilization of this grassroots mobilization and the people who are going to do it, and also other logistics that may be involved, because there will be moving from one point to the other, either hiring vehicles or chartering vehicles and all the rest of it. These people are going to drink some sachet of waters and a few other things. All this needs fund. So, and this is why we're here today. Please, if you believe in a new Nigeria, if you believe in the preaching of our principal, His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, in having a new Nigerian, changing the country from consumption to production, eliminating the issue of corruption, and also making people to work good together for our dear country, bringing our resources, not only trying to look for good Nigerian, but we have to partake or participate in making the new Nigerian. And that is why all hands must be on deck to make sure that these are being achieved. We're just waiting to see if our chairman will come and address us, and we actually go into the business of the day. And I just want to remind us that this event is being streamed live, and so that everybody should know. And also those who have just come in before we started, the event is also being recorded. So we just want you to actually be with us as we just trying to achieve the goal of this evening. Thank you very much. While we wait for the chairman, I don't know if the diaspora chairman can also just fill the gap, at least give us his own side of what he wants us as a diaspora and what is expected of us as diaspora, and you know, just to keep the audience live. So Honorable Chike, can you just unmute yourself, and while we wait for the national chairman, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, Island and Northern Ireland chapter of Labour Party. Please pardon me, the national chairman is calling me on phone. Let me follow up on him to join us. 1 second, please.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, while we are waiting for that, I just want to fill the space now to just say a big thank you to my co-committee member. Okay, we have 5 committee members, and these 5 people has worked tirelessly, to bring this event, to Fusion. So I have to say a big thank you to them, because they have worked very hard for that to happen, because we have to recognize them as well. So I just want to say thank you very much first to the chairman, okay, for thinking about this, for putting the committee together, and for giving the platform for this to happen. So thank you very much, Chairman Zef Ike. Well done, sir. You're doing a great job. He is in Nigeria at the moment that we're speaking now. He is in Nigeria working very hard, to make this happen. Thank you very much, sir. And then thank you very much, sir, Mr. Ben Umuneke. Thank you. You just wave your hand there. You're doing a good job. He is the secretary of the planning committee. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Basi Ikewike. Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you for your support. You're always on call. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Philomena Obasi. Obasi, am I right? Yes. Thank you very much, Ma. She's always on call. She's between meetings, calling Nigeria, calling. Well done, Ma. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Mr. Eddie Graham. Okay, he's in and out this meeting at the moment. Thank you very much, Eddie. You did a wonderful job. I think he's the vice chairman of Labour Party Ireland and Northern Ireland. Thank you very much, sir. You did a good job. It was nice working with all of you. And thank you very much. That is it. Yeah, 5. We are 5 in numbers. Thank you very much. So yes, I think while we were still waiting for the Honorable Chike, to join us. So we just wait a while, please.
Okay, thank you. I'm back again. Please bear with me. I'm just in and out, trying to help the national chairman come in. I think he's struggling with the network from his end. I've just re-forwarded the link for him to join. He's trying his possible best to join us here. But while we wait for him, let me give an opening remark from my side. My name is Honorable Chike Amadichi. I'm the chairperson, Diaspora Committee of Labour Party here in Abuja, Nigeria. I believe we all know what is facing us. Every one of us here knows very well what we are facing and what is facing us. This is, for me, Nigeria today is under captive, that we simply have to work together to regain our country. Our country has been stolen away from us Nigerians by some group of, should I use the word criminals, that has hijacked this nation for the past couple of years, decades. And it is time for us to take back our country. And 2023 has presented itself for us to work together collectively. I use the word collectively because individually, P2B cannot fight this battle. He cannot do it alone. He needs us, Nigerians, home and in diaspora. You know why I say home and in diaspora? Because, they have this thought that those in diaspora, since they cannot vote, they don't have a say in what is going on here. But I always prove them wrong. That, listen, guys, a Nigerian in diaspora is a Nigerian before he left to diaspora. And while in diaspora, he or she is still a Nigerian. So whatever that happens to Nigeria concerns him or her, even in the diaspora. That's why we cannot possibly rule out Nigerians in diaspora. And that's why part of my advocacy has always been how possible the Nigerians in diaspora can vote and be voted for. I have engaged Mrs. Abike Dabere, who happens to be the Nigerian Diaspora Commission chairperson, and who also essay to the president on diaspora affairs. I've engaged her a couple of times in the past and said, listen, madam, this office you're occupying requires you to push for Nigerians in diaspora to cast their votes. But it appears that you are not doing that. She told me that, yes, there is a bill at the National Assembly to be passed into law so that Nigerians can cast their vote in diaspora. But you see, they are playing politics and all of that. I said, listen, if the executive, the presidency, if they have a need from the National Assembly and they request the National Assembly to approve such a bill, and maybe they are playing politics with it, there is always a way the presidency or the executive lobbies the National Assembly to pass a particular bill into law. On your own end, as the representative of Nigerians in diaspora, reporting to the presidency, reporting to the executive, why can't you, madam, go to the Federal Executive Council, present this case to them, and tell them, let them understand the need for Nigerians in diaspora to cast their vote. Convince the executive to be able to reach out to the legislative arm of government to approve that into law. But unfortunately, they keep on playing politics with it. I strongly believe that Obi's coming will change this narrative. Obi has said it in different fora, in different meetings, that if by God's grace, he wins, the next election come 2027, that he will see to it that Nigerians in diaspora cast their vote and also be voted for if they wish. We are all Nigerians. So, my dear sisters and brothers, it is time for us to work together. I am simply here to encourage all of us. A lot is done, a lot needs to be done. We are doing a lot at the moment, a lot has been done, and we still have a lot to be done. Hence, I'm asking, please, and please, as we stand now, Labour Party is the umbrella body driving this force. On the election day, the electorates will only see Labour Party in the ballot paper. It is time for us to promote and project Labour Party as much as we can in a way of sensitization, in a way of awareness, creating awareness, mainly in the rural areas. I know in the cities, due to people in the city, there is internet and all of that, people can easily get to know about Labour Party, get to know about Peter Obi. But I tell you, in the rural communities, Nigerians in these rural communities, they want to know about the party that Peter Obi belongs. Most of them know the name Peter Obi, but they don't know the party that it belongs. I've come across couple of them who keep saying, is P2B still in PDP? I said, no, it's Labour Party. So I want to encourage all of us. To support this movement, support this project. Whatever we can raise today, it will go a long way to help in sensitization. It will go a long way to help in creating awareness for Labour Party in the rural communities. We have a lot going on. We have a couple of projects that needed to be funded. Hence, I'm encouraging all of us, even if it's one kobo, it will go a long way. I'm just looking at the chat point now. We have about 32 people in this platform. If these 32 people can say, I will put one naira, we have 31 naira, and it will help. I'm just making an instance anyway, but it will go a long way. We are compiling list of polling unit agents for the party. And it's very important. My dear sisters and brothers, this election will be lost and won at the polling unit.
Yeah.
The new Electoral Act has made it clear that we can only win or lose at the polling unit. Hence, very, very conscious of those that will represent us in each polling unit. Hence, we must look at those that will work for us as party agents. We must educate them, and as well as make resources available for them to be able to stand firm, to resist any intimidation, to resist any form of monetary influence. Because you people know that we are fighting with money bags, those that have stolen a lot from us. And they are using the money they stole from us to annoying, but that is what it is. These people stole us, they stole our resources, and now they're using the same resources they stole from us to fight us, to keep holding us hostage. We cannot afford to allow that to continue. 2023 for me is like do or die. When I mean do or die, it's either we rescue this country or we all perish, because the country is going down already. As we speak, the country is going down. Inflation rate is at the high side. The poor are struggling to survive. On daily basis, what you buy 10 naira today, tomorrow go to. And I keep wondering, how are the poor surviving? Those who cannot really afford this, how are they surviving? We cannot allow this to continue. I am so emotional about 2023, to be honest with you. This project, this Peter Obi Labour Party project, personally, I am so emotional about it. That's why I am fully involved in this project. I encourage anybody that I come across. In fact, what I do lately, if I find anywhere I find myself, be it in a taxi, be it in a public place, it becomes a conversation that I must bring up so that I can keep on telling people that, listen, guys, we cannot continue suffering. Can we rescue this country? Can we take our country back? Therefore, my dear sisters and brothers, I am here to encourage all of us, whatever we can do to support this project. There is a lot that needs to be done. We have a couple of projects. I just pray that the national chairman will have his way in here. He will present to you areas that the party is looking forward to have us put resources together to project and get it done. Election is coming, and we just have to get it rolling. Permit me to follow up on the national chairman to know if he can come in. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you very much. Please do. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. That is wonderful.
I'm here already.
Okay. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Please, sir, the platform is yours. The national chairman in the house. Welcome, sir.
Well, let me first apologize for joining the meeting late. I actually was scheduled to arrive Abuja tomorrow, and I scheduled that this evening I'll have some time to deal with some other issues, including this meeting. But it turned out that I needed to be in Abuja today and then be in Akwa Ibom tomorrow morning. And so that's one of the reasons I'm late. I apologize for joining the meeting late. I want to start by appreciating all of you for taking our time to join the meeting. I want to equally appreciate you for taking this struggle in the manner you've taken it. I know that you've taken it very seriously. You are putting your time, are putting your energy. You are even putting your resources to drive this process. I want to appreciate you for that. I want to again say that even though I've expressed my deepest appreciation to you, it must be put on record that the struggle is to emancipate our country, emancipate our relatives, emancipate ourselves, and also emancipate our children and the children yet unborn. Future generations of Nigeria are those who are really doing this struggle. It is very imperative to put on record that the country isn't working like the Diaspora Committee Chairman said. The 1999 Constitution, Section 14 or 17, makes it very clear that the principal purpose of government is to provide security and welfare for the citizens of Nigeria. Today, as we speak, Nigerians are not asking for welfare because to majority of citizens of the country, it is a luxury to ask for welfare. What Nigerians are simply asking for is security of their lives and properties. That again has become an illusion to majority of Nigerians. Insecurity is ravaging the country. There's hunger in the country. There's unemployment. There's poverty. Inflation rate today in the country is double-digit inflation. Inflation by the last figures released was 21.8%. It means that majority of the country, majority of our people are poor. In fact, that same Bureau of Statistics also made it abundantly clear that out of the 230 million people, that 130 million Nigerians are poor and are living below poverty line. Unemployment is very high, inflation is high, and this is the situation that we find our country. I want to say very clearly that all of these challenges that the country is going through is as a result of poor and failed leadership over the years. Leadership that is selfish, leadership that is clueless, leadership that is self-centered, leadership that do not have the innovative ideas to harness our human and natural resources and put the country on the path of greatness, on the path of productivity. And that is the major challenge that we have. The major challenge that we have is that of poor leadership. And it is these very narratives that the Labour Party is determined to change. Luckily, one of the features of democracy is that it affords citizens, it affords us the opportunity to change the leadership, especially when that leadership is not doing well. And this is the opportunity that we have again in 2023 to get it right. It's an opportunity that is given to the country, that is given to the citizens of Nigeria to be able to rewrite their destiny again and take their destiny in their own hands by doing the right thing come 2023, so that we can at least have a proactive, result-oriented, and productive leaders that would harness our resources and reposition the country for greatness. I want to say very clearly, without sounding immodest, that our presidential candidate, Peter Obi, appears or have what it takes to be able to drive the process of growth and development for the country. Today, as it stands in Nigeria, among the presidential candidates, among the committee of presidential candidates or the top presidential candidates running this election, our own presidential candidate, Peter Obi, stands out in terms of his character, in terms of his pedigree, in terms of capacity, in terms of competence, and above all, in terms of character. He therefore stands out. I will believe that he'll be able to make the difference if elected next year. This is the onerous task that we all have ahead of us. The ruling oligarchy in Nigeria have cultivated the habit of deception, of deceiving the people over time. They come with all sorts of deceptive tendencies like ethnicity, religion, and even money to continue to have their hold on power. But I'm happy today that Nigerians are gradually rising beyond those ethnic affinity, religious affinity, and even affinity to money to identify with Peter Obi and the party. We therefore are hoping that we'll be able to maintain this tempo that will lead us to the election. And then we are sure that if Nigerians really and truly believes that they want a change, we will be able to achieve this in 2023. For us in Labour Party, we are determined, we are ready to continue to provide leadership. We are ready to lead the struggle for the emancipation of Nigeria. It is pertinent here to put on record that since the campaign started, the party and the supporters have been under immense attacks in all its ramifications, attacks all around. And just last week here, a governorship, one of the candidates of the party in Imo State was assassinated. 2 weeks back, the Labour Party women leader in Kaduna State, in Kaura local government, was murdered in cold blood, was killed in her house, murdered. Her husband was also shot. And by last week, the hospital where he's undergoing treatment was to amputate one of the legs. The party too has been under serious attack. A lot of our people are brutalized in Lagos, brutalized in Imo, brutalized in Enugu. 4 weeks back, our own senatorial candidate, Linus Okore, was abducted in the evening. And we had to take to our social media platform to say that he was kidnapped. And a few hours later, the police took responsibility and said he was under their custody. And after a series of incarceration with the police and in prison for 40-something days, he has just been released with no single charge against him. And as we speak today, in most states of the Federation, our billboards are being destroyed, are being removed. We are being harassed. We are being intimidated. People, those in government, especially state governors, are fighting us hard. But we have remained undaunted. We have remained courageous. We believe very strongly that no man, no woman can stop an idea whose time has come. We strongly believe that the time for the liberation of the country has come. We strongly believe that the time for true democracy in Nigeria has come. We believe that the time has come for the people to take back their country. We believe that this is the time to rescue the country. And therefore, no amount of harassment, no amount of killings, no amount of harassment, no amount of intimidation will stop this beautiful idea whose time has come. We believe that enough is enough of the suffering of the people who are suffering, who are emasculated for nothing, for not the fault of theirs, but for the carelessness of government. So we believe that the time to end poverty, the time to end insecurity, the time to end hunger has come in Nigeria. And therefore, no amount of harassment, no amount of intimidation, no amount of killing can stop us from fighting for the country, rescue the country, and dethrone a government next year, a Labour Party government led by Peter Obi, that will be able to change the political narratives in Nigeria, that will be able to change the mystery that we find ourselves in Nigeria, that will be able to change the economic woes and sufferings, poverty and hunger that is man-made and leadership created in Nigeria. The Bible tells us that no man puts his hands on the plow and looked back. Today, we have put our hands on the plow and will look no back. We remain encouraged, we remain determined, we remain focused, and we'll take our message of liberation of the people to every nooks and crannies of the country. And we are very sure that we'll be able to deliver the country come next year. I want to appeal to you that whatever support you can give to support the Labour Party, to support the candidates, will be highly appreciated. There's no saying the fact that we need a lot of support, financial, material, in cash, or in kind. In whatever way you can give us support, we'll gladly appreciate it. Let me conclude by once more appreciating you for what you've done so far. Appreciate your time, appreciate your commitment to this struggle, and finally assure you that we'll continue to do what we need to do in order to provide leadership for this struggle. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, National Chairman Barrister Julius Abure. We are so glad that you let us join us. You were able to make it to join us, and we are happy for all the information you have actually accorded us. And why we're here, why we actually incorporated ourselves in Ireland is just to see how we could actually take back the country. Like we've always said, whatever it takes, some of us here are very hungry to come back home. We are very much hungry to come back and rebuild the country. There are a lot of things we cannot vote. We cannot even come to establish in terms of maybe businesses, other infrastructures. It has been so difficult. Some of us are members of the Nigerians in the diaspora, which our motto is just in furtherance of building the nation, but it's not possible. We are not even been helped to actually contribute, whether in policy making, in other ramifications. Where we live, we see diasporans making a huge impact. In Ireland, we live, the diaspora has actually built this country in the last 10 years. They have bring in a lot of foreign investment. They have bring in a lot of IT companies, food processing companies. Some of the development happen in our own eyes, by the diasporans. And this is what we hope the Labour Party will be ushering in. And we have few questions which we wanted to share with you or our principal. But since we are not here now with our principal, I think you and some of your teams, either the diaspora team or whatever, will do us a favor and help us in doing justice to some of these questions, so that in in a way, Labour Party happens to come into governance come 2023, what is our hope and aspiration with the Labour Party and the government of His Excellency Peter Gregory and his team. So I will actually urge the members of the diaspora Labour Party in diaspora Ireland and Northern Ireland to come on with some of the questions we have actually explored to now share with you and see what we'll be expecting working with the team if they goes into government. I will actually ask Amanda to mute yourself and also let us have the questions since the national chairman is here with us, and we take it from there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, National Chairman. It's great to have you. Thank you very much for the wonderful work that you're doing. Please, you people should keep safe. Please, we have to be alive. We have to stay alive to fight this cause, and by the grace of God, we'll get there. Thank you very much. Just to go on with the questions, please. I've sent for the Labour Party Ireland and Northern Ireland members. I have sent the program on the chat for everybody, and if you just scroll down the program, you will see the questions there. Okay. So, but I will call on Mr. Ben Umunike, so please go for the first question, the question A, if you don't mind.
Okay, thank you. The first question says, how would Obi/Dati government deploy the experiences and skills of Nigerians in diaspora to improve good governance in Nigeria? That's the first question.
Okay, so I would say that question will go to the national chairman, please. Can you please do us the honor to answer the question, please, sir? The national chairman gone, is this today? Can you unmute yourself, sir? Barrister Julius, sir, can you unmute yourself? We have a question for you. Okay, let me see.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you, sir. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Do you want him to go over the question again?
No, he talked about how will Obi/Dati redeploy their experience to achieve good governance in Nigeria.
Yes.
I think that's the question.
No, I can say it again, if you don't mind.
I think that's the question, that how can Obi and Dati redeploy their experiences to achieve good governance in Nigeria?
No,
I think that's the question.
The question says the skills of Nigerians in diaspora.
Okay.
Yes. So how would Obi?
Well, the truth of the matter as we speak is that there is even no security in the country in the first instance. The skills of even the people in Nigeria here are not even adequately utilized because of the high level of insecurity. There's no enabling environment that will make business to thrive. There's no education, no healthcare. A lot of things are going very bad in the country. And therefore, the starting point is for us to have first security in the country, and that is cardinal in our own program. I'm aware that there are a lot of Nigerians who want to even come back home to invest, return to the country, and begin to know what they know how to do best in diaspora to bear in the country. But there's even no enabling environment. First is the issue of security here. The high level of insecurity will not even encourage any person in the diaspora and so on to be able to even come back to Nigeria to live and to invest. So we think that the starting point is for us first to create an enabling environment, to create to make sure first and foremost, in order to create an enabling environment for people to for people here to operate. Another thing that we must do in order to allow people in diaspora to come back home and begin to invest their skill here is to create the adequate policies, the enabling environment to allow businesses and other skills acquired to thrive in the country. And therefore, for me and for us, it is about redefining the economic indices in the country, find the issue of insecurity, and generally create the issue of enabling environment that will enable people to invest so that people who are in diaspora can return home, have security of their lives and properties, and the enabling environment created in order for them to bring back their skill and be able to deploy them properly in the country.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for that wonderful explanation. Thank you. So we'll move on. Question B. Okay. If you have the program has been shared on the chat there. Please scroll down to the question, down to the program. You see the questions is just there on the program. The second program will be taken by Aris Bassi Ikerike. Unmute yourself, ma. Now.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma, we can hear you.
Okay. The second question borders on production and consumption. So the question is, what is the process that your government intends to use to change Nigeria from consumption to production? That's the second question, please.
Okay, that's fine. That second question, I think it will still go to Barrister. I'm so sorry. Look, you have so much. This is your area, so you have to answer the question. So, yeah, Barrister Julius, please, sir. Okay, Mr. Seth. Okay. Perfect.
Yes. Well, one of the major cardinal program of our presidential candidate, Peter Obi, is that he has said it severally, that he's going to move the country from being a consumption country to a production country. And he has cited agriculture as one of the ways in which he's going to move the country from being a consumption country to a production country. He has cited severally the vast land in the country and how those lands can be put into productive activities that will create jobs, not just to create jobs, but that will also make products available for our local consumption and for exports. In most parts of the world, agriculture is the mainstay of is the mainstay of the economy of several other countries. In Nigeria, in the First Republic, agriculture was the mainstay of our economy. And it was through agriculture we're able to have development, provide them welfare like free education and other things that we have in the first republic. Peter Obi have also spoken about the need to use SMEs, small and medium scale businesses, to be able to create productive activities, create jobs for people, create entrepreneurs, and be able to reposition the country from being a consumption country to a productive economy. And several other variables he has propounded in moving the country from being a consumption country to a productive country. Also processing of agricultural goods to other products is also one form he has propounded to be able to move the country from being a consumption country, from being a consumption country to a productive country. Today, most of our agricultural products that are exported, if they are exported at all, are exported in their primary forms. But Peter Obi has propounded that those products will be refined. Industries will be created where those products can be made into perhaps secondary or secondary products, and they will be exported along the finished product. For instance, there's nothing wrong in having. I just use our crude as an example. Crude oil, for instance, is exported as crude, but ordinarily, there's nothing wrong in exporting crude. But we could also refine the crude oil into petrol, into diesel, and other products that we can export. And once these products are refined, it becomes, you have more value for those products. So creation of industries, SMEs, agriculture, name it, the major form that we are going to adopt in moving the country from being a consumption country to a production country. With the mass land that we have in Nigeria and with the huge population that we have in the country, we can't even feed ourselves. We can't even feed ourselves. One of the states in the north and even one of the states in the south is capable of feeding the whole country. But because we have simply neglected what we need to do, we are even unable to feed ourselves. So all of these measures will be deployed by the Peter Obi administration to move it from being a consumption country to a production country. As of today, our country is a country of over 200 million Nigerians, and our megawatts is 4,000, and this is largely unacceptable. And without power, you can really not pursue development in the country. So there's a lot that we need to do in order to change the economic woes and narratives in the country. But I think that these are some of the measures that we have in place that will enable the country to move from being a consumption country to a production economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. You know what? I will just move now. Maybe I will ask Honorable Chike the next question. Honorable Chike, please, can you unmute yourself? Are you with us?
Okay.
Good. So you are now on the spotlight. So the question, I will be answering the next question. Okay. Okay. Perfect. You know what? Philomena is here. Philomena will be asking the next question on the program. Philomena Obasi, please. Question C.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, yeah.
Okay. I'm very happy to be here. My question I'm going to ask on behalf of Labour Party, Ireland and Northern Ireland, is going to be on the first 100 days in office. What do you intend to achieve in your first 100 days in government? They say problem though they finish, and we know the problems in Nigeria, they're just everywhere. You can't even count them. So we want to know, would you prioritize the needs of Nigerian citizens, and what scale of preference would you use? Because the answer you will be giving us here today would be asked another 100 days when you start your government. Not if, I'm saying when you start your government, we'll ask this question again. We'll see whether we have the same answers. The first 100 days in government, what do you want to start with? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. Unmute yourself, sir. Honorable Chike. Honorable sir, can you please unmute yourself? Okay. Yes, you are just the question. Did you hear the question, sir? The question is for you.
Okay. Let me come in. I think we need to kind of plan this our conversation very. Perhaps it's supposed to go to the candidate himself. Perhaps when we will have him in a larger forum, most of this question can come up, because at the moment, to be honest with you, at the moment our focus is how we will deliver him. And obviously that is quite elaborate. I will encourage all of us, to get hold of the manifesto. It will answer 99.9% of all the questions coming up here. So I will encourage all of us, look for it. There is a soft copy of that manifesto. It explains in details what it about it and the modus operandi on which he will run them. So for me, I think that this platform is more of us as supporters, as a party, to brainstorm and say, how do we deliver this man to achieve this one? First, I was like, anything I would do for this man to become president and this manifesto will be implemented, I'm going to do it. That's why I am fully involved in this project. I am 100% involved in this project. And I think now, and resources for us to deliver this man, so that most of these good things he has said he want to do, he can achieve it. So I encourage all of us to perhaps engage more in this conversation on how do we deliver Peter Obi to win election. Other questions perhaps will come after the election. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Sir, please don't go. Don't leave us. We just have one more question. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. So when we are there, we're going to push everything, do whatever we can to deliver Peter Obi. So when we are there, then we're going to ask after 100 days, what he has done, so we'll wait for that time. So the next question, sir, we go to you as well. Okay, as the chairperson for the Diaspora Committee, what are you doing towards diaspora votes come next election? Can you please tell us about that? Hello, sir. Honorable Chike, sir. Okay. Can you unmute yourself? Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Can you unmute yourself, sir? We have just one more question for you. Yes, sir.
You said about something about diaspora. Come again. What did you say? Let me get hold of it.
I said as the chairman for diaspora committee, okay, what are you doing to make sure that us, we here in diaspora, gets to vote and be voted for come next election?
Actually, it's unfortunate that Nigerians in diaspora cannot vote in this coming election, especially those of you in diaspora that does not have your PVC. But those in diaspora that came in during the registration of PVC, that came back, got registered, perhaps actually come back again, got hold of their PVC and willing to vote, of course they will vote because they are Nigerians, so they are allowed to vote. So those of you, because at the moment there is no opening to register for PVC at the moment. All we're doing now is to collect those that has registered, are busy collecting their PVC. I remember a friend of mine who just came in from South Africa. He registered. He came in sometime in June or thereabout, got registered. He's back now. He's going to spend Christmas here, and he's also trying because he knows that the PVC is ready. So he's working hard now to get hold of his PVC because he told me that he's also going to come back in February to cast his vote. So basically, Nigerians in diaspora who are willing to vote, they eventually came back during the registration of PVC, and they're coming back now to pick their PVC. So Nigerians in diaspora are willing to vote those who have their PVC. And again, those who does not have their PVC, we are kind of asking, maybe, like I said, His Excellency has said in different fora that if by God's grace he wins 2027 election, he will see to it that they pass into law for Nigerians in diaspora to cast their vote. And it's part of what we are pushing for. When we are working hard for Obi to become president, it's not just to become president, it's for most of these things to be implemented so that anywhere in the world, people, Americans vote wherever they are, they cast their votes. So it should be allowed. We live in the 21st century and there is a technology to do that. INEC has assured that they can actually conduct election for Nigerians in diaspora to cast their vote. So all they simply need is for them to have the enabling laws to do that. And the National Assembly doesn't want to go that out because they are playing politics with that. But I believe that His Excellency Peter Obi, if he comes in, he will do the needful and vote. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Chike. So before we move on to the next question, I just want to call our attention again to the GoFundMe for those who are just joining us. Please, the GoFundMe link is on the chat. Okay, this is what we can do. We cannot physically go to Nigeria and vote, but we can push this cause with our fundings. Please, now the chat is the link is on the chat. Please, can you just click on it and it will take you direct to the GoFundMe page. Click on donate and to give you the platform to donate whatever you can. You can put 50 euro, 20 euro, 100 euro, whatever you can. Can you just put it there? Every little counts, okay? And then now, just to call your attention again to the tip, okay? Once you open the donate page, it will tell you tip. And it starts from 3 euro. Please, if you don't want to give a tip, can you just throw it down to 0, okay? Because if you don't do that, whatever you donate, 3 euro will be taken from it because it starts at 3 euros. So please just throw it down to 0. And that means if you're donating 50 euro, we have the 50 euro to push for this cause because we have to protect our votes. The election will be won and lost on the polling unit. So, but we have people to stay there and protect these votes. And those people that is going to be there, they need to drink water because it's very hot. They need something to eat. So please, I will need to educate people about the voting, the PVC. So we need money for all these things. So please use the GoFundMe there. It's very transparent. You can see the movement. You can see how much has been donated. It's very transparent. Please just click on it. Okay, while we are here, like the Honorable said earlier on, we have 30 people here that is taking that that is participating in this group, in this meeting right now. If everybody should just put 10 euro, that is about 300 euro, you know, so we are moving. So please, can you just use that? Thank you very much. So the next question will be coming from
Amanda, sorry, before you continue with the question,
okay.
May I use this opportunity to introduce the chairman of Labour Party Switzerland and Liechtenstein, Honorable Bruno Obim and his team. I can see Honorable High Chief Nwalibe also on the platform. You are very welcome. And
thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much for coming, sir.
Okay, just 1 minute. Honorable Obim, can you just in a short minutes, few minutes, can you just introduce yourself and also say hello to the audience, please?
Good evening, brothers and sisters all over the world, especially from Ireland and Northern Ireland. Good evening, amiable National Chairman, Barrister Bure. Good evening, Honorable Chike and your group. It's good to have you guys online on this meeting again. It's my pleasure to be here also. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for coming.
Thank you so much. And I can go on.
Okay, thank you very much for coming. Thank you. And then we'll just move on. The next question will be taken by Abiodu Umulama, and is on question E. Ulama, please.
Abiodu Ulama.
Thank you, Amanda. Good evening, everybody. All protocols observed. Question E has already been tackled by Honorable Chike there. So that leaves us with question F. And it says, how do you intend to fight corruption in Nigeria? Thank you.
Thank
I can say
you.
that goes to the national chairman.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Thank you very much, Ma. Yes, this question will go to the national chairman, sir. Can you please unmute yourself? I'm just looking for you. Okay, here you are. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, perfect.
Yes. Peter Obi has said severally that corruption is one of the major challenges that we have in the country. The resources are stolen. A lot of what we have that would have been channeled to the growth and development of the country are stolen. For instance, Nigeria is not able to meet up its own quota that is allocated to Nigeria by OPEC. And the reason the government has given is that there is oil theft in the petroleum industry. You will also agree that even the issue of subsidy, as it regards to subsidy of fuel and other petroleum products, have also been attributed to a lot of corruption and fraud in the system. The system generally is corrupt, and we have noted the fact that one of the major challenges that the country is having is the high level of corruption in the country. And therefore, Peter Obi has not made pretenses about this. He has said it very, very clearly that he's going to fight corruption. First, by his behavior, by his antecedents, and even by his character. Peter Obi has said that if the head is upright, the body will equally be upright. He has said it clearly that if himself as president does not steal, then his subordinates too will not steal. In other words, he's going to fight corruption by leadership, by example. Leadership by example. He himself will not be corrupt. He himself will not allow contracts to be inflated. the loopholes, the leakages in government will be blocked. And that if he himself is not corrupt, it will be very difficult for his subordinates to be corrupt. So first, he's going to fight corruption by his own behavior, by his character. He's going to fight corruption. He's going to fight corruption by leadership, by example. That is one. Secondly, he's going to embark on reorientation of Nigerians, because a lot of Nigerians today have these corrupt tendencies. And therefore, he's going to orientate the people, massive education of the people, that corruption is evil. And therefore, wherever you find yourself as Nigerians, it is better to avoid being corrupt, as it's not helping our country. Corruption helps to destroy a country, the very fabrics of the country, the very, what would that be used for the growth and development of the country is diverted to individuals and so on and so forth. And therefore, it is a phenomenon that is not good for the country. And therefore, Peter Obi is going to fight it by massive reorientation of the people. And because the people too have a major role to play. In Nigeria, Nigerians glamorize people who are rich. We glamorize those who have stolen our wealth and resources. We hail them. In the churches, they are given front rows to sit in the church. They are given chieftaincy title. In Nigeria, nobody asks you how you make your money. What people are interested in, that you have made money. And therefore, we need a lot of reorientation of the people for us to change our mindset, for us to change our behavior. And therefore, Peter Obi is going to fight corruption by reorientating the people to change their mindset and their behavior towards the issue of corruption. The third point is that we already have agencies that are saddled with the responsibility of fighting corruption. We have the ICPC, we have the EFCC, we have the police, we have other government agencies, that can be used in fighting corruption. What we have seen over time is that the fight against corruption is actually in the lips. It's actually a lip service. Successive governments have been paying lip service to the fight against corruption. And therefore, for us, we are going to strengthen those agencies to be able to fight corruption effectively and properly. And most importantly, to be able to block all the leakages. Peter Obi has said that he believes that preventive measures are better. And therefore, institutions will be strengthened to ensure that the system does not necessarily leave loopholes for people to be able to siphon government money, steal government money, and then go away with it. So these are some of the measures that we have in mind to use to fight corruption. We believe very strongly that if the head is not corrupt, it will trickle down the line. If the head is not rotten, it will be very difficult for the body to be rotten. But when the head is rotten, then of course, corruption will trickle down. He was governor in Anambra State. He was not corrupt. And therefore, a lot of people who worked under him didn't find it expedient to be able to exhibit corrupt tendencies.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And okay, we hope to get a good Nigeria free from corruption. Thank you very much. Honorable Chike Harris.
Yes, I wanted to just make one or two clarifications about the third question that was asked about 100 days in office. Maybe I just feel I needed to throw some light on it. I know that my chairman in diaspora answered it effectively. But we need to put it very clear that the situation in the country today is so bad. The country is heavily bastardized. And our first priority, going by the manifesto, is to ensure security of lives and properties. Because you have to be alive first before you can be talking about economy, because before you can talk about politics, because before you can talk about industrialization of the economy, infrastructure. If you are not alive, if there's no security of lives and property, obviously you won't be able to do any of that. So our first priority is to ensure that we first of all fight decisively the issue of security of lives and properties. I'm very sure that within the first 100 days of our government in office, we should be able to ensure that the security of life and properties. And then we begin to drive on that process of development from there. Of course, the economy has been bastardized over the years, and it will obviously take some time to be able to rejig the economy and reposition it for greatness. You agree with me too that you need a lot of infrastructure to be put in place in order to be able to begin the process of driving the process of economic growth and development. And so for us, I think that what is achievable within the first 100 days of office is to ensure security of life and properties. Because we frankly believe that the current government is paying lip service to the issue of security of lives and properties. And so we believe that when there's a change of government, if we are voted in by next year, a lot of the insecurity that we have in some part of the country will naturally take its course. And therefore take it from there. So I just feel that I needed to make these few clarifications on that third question. On the issue of diaspora voting, I have had privilege to be in London with Peter Obi. I was with Peter Obi in Manchester to speak to people of Manchester when he had the town hall meeting in Manchester. I was also with him when he had a program in central London. And in those two occasions, he made it abundantly clear. I have the video and I can share with you what Peter Obi said about diaspora voting. In fact, Peter Obi said categorically that the 2023 general election will be the last and only election that diasporas will not vote. He said so clearly. I was there. I wasn't told. It wasn't hearsay. It's on video. You can Google it. His speech in Manchester, his speech in central London in October this year was very, very categorical. Peter Obi said, and I quote, that the 2023 general election will be the last election that diasporas will not vote. It means that subsequent elections, measures will be put in place for diasporans to vote. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Barrister Julius Aboe. Thank you very much for just touching all the questions in one go. Thank you. So back to Honorable Chike has his hand up. Sir.
Yes, I'm here. A quick observation. I noticed that people are supporting with the GoFundMe, but I want to suggest for those who might want to push directly to the Labour Party account, we have official Labour Party account that most of the Naira, for those who has a Naira account or has a means of sending directly to the party account, we have Zenith Bank account for Labour Party campaign. I will make it available in the chat so that those who might want to send directly to the account would do while we continue with the GoFundMe donations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. That's wonderful. So if for those that have Naira accounts, please feel free to donate through the accounts straight on. At least that will be brilliant. And for those of us that don't have the Naira account, please use the GoFundMe, and it's just likewise, it will be transferred to the Naira account. Okay, and check your chat now. The account number will be there on the chat. Please go through the chat. And the last question for the day will come from Aret Bassi. Ma, please can you unmute yourself and answer the last question so we can move on?
Thank you so much, Amanda, and good evening once again. My question borders on BVA's machine. Yeah, because all what we are saying, all what we are doing, and we are saying everything to make Peter Obi to be our president come 2023. Now, the BVS machine, what is Labour Party doing? Because from the past experience that I had, you see, when it comes to, especially this one, you will only allowed to vote if you are being accredited. Now, no matter how many people have who will have the PVCs, if they are not accredited, they won't vote. And what if the machines, the ones they will send, because like in Nigeria, even though Peter Obi is all over the place, but there are certain areas that you see Peter Obi supporters, there are so many. What are we doing so that we make sure that the BVS machine goes around the whole place so that everybody can go do the accreditation so that they can vote? Because someone can have the PVC, if he's not accredited, he will not vote. So what is Labour Party doing towards that, please?
That's fine. So that question will go to the national chairman, please. Can you just quickly answer that question for us? Just a quick one, please, because we have to move on to the funding part of it.
Yes, well, we really do not have control over the beavers, but given the past few elections that have been held, especially the one in Osun and Ekiti, we saw the performance of the beavers that it was excellently used, and there were no major issues with the beavers. We are having engagement with INEC every now and then to ensure that the right thing is done. As we speak, we have no doubt to really doubt the capacity and the integrity of INEC to do the right thing. I want to frankly believe that INEC will be able to do what is right with the beavers. We've seen it, and we've done it, like I said. We have seen beavers being used in in one or two elections that we have had recently. So we hope too that it will be, we'll have the same optimal performance of the beavers in the 2023 general election. We have had cause to suggest that some of these beavers, that there should be some sort of mock voting with the beavers, so that we can truly and really ascertain the performance of beavers when it will be deployed. And so generally on our part, we have our ears to the ground. We are monitoring the activities of INEC. We are following up. We have engaged them, and we'll continue to engage them to ensure that they do the right thing. We continue to do that. We continue to monitor them and see that the right thing is done at the right time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So don't unmute yourself. Just stay where you are. Thank you very much. The chairman, there's an issue that was raised yesterday in the meeting. So I think the chairman wants to, clarify that issue with you. So please don't go. Chairman, sir.
Thank you, Amanda. Honorable National Chairman, this question goes to you, or Dr. Pat. What is Labour Party doing in terms of the election monitoring as regards the diaspora? In terms of, I know the other political parties have actually mobilized some diasporans who has been actually included or registered as the election monitors, either by EU or the other international organizations. What has Labour Party or are they doing at the moment regarding the election monitoring as regards the diaspora, the international community?
Well, it's the responsibility of INEC to actually accredit those that will monitor the election. It is the duty of INEC to accredit observers who will help observe and monitor the election. But by and large, generally, we have some groups of NGOs that are monitoring the election. And similarly, for our people in diaspora, we obviously, who are willing to act in that capacity, we'll be ready to engage them and ensure that they play the roles they are expected to play effectively.
That's fine. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, and thank you for being here today. So we just move on. I will call on the chairman to actually go. We're just going to the fundraising corporate, and he will tell us, all about it. Chairman, sir, can you take the platform?
Thank you very much, Amanda. I can see that Dr. Pat has actually left the platform. Is that correct?
Yes, she's not here.
And also, I think Dr. Tanko has also left the platform.
Okay, I think they have that meeting.
Okay,
Hello, sir. The good fund meeting, is it which of the accounts is that one? Their own?
No, the go for them for those because locally there, those who doesn't have an account. So what they are doing.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay. I was just wondering, can I then ask Mazi? Hello, Mazi, can you hear me? Hello, Mazi, okay. Can you unmute yourself if you can hear me?
Let's see. I just sent him a message. Sir, can you unmute yourself, sir?
Is the question for me or for the national chairman, please?
I wanted Dr. Pat, but it seems he's off the platform, or even. Hello. Okay. Mazi, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah, is muted.
Okay.
May have done the same.
Sorry, was my attention needed?
No, not at all.
Yes, Mazi. Mazi, I wanted Dr. Patricia to bring us to the issue of the fundraising and its mobilization. I don't know whether you can help us in this area. If you can sensitize the audience about what we're, here, what they're doing here in terms of the fundraising mobilization, and maybe in that regard?
Well, I don't know. I think if I don't know if Honorable Chika is still there. I'm actually in 2 other different meetings simultaneously, and this is the 3rd one. So I just put the volume of the other devices kind of down, and that because I saw a mute button pop on my screen. So that's why I kind of unmute. Well, but you know, as a means of saying, I will say that whoever can do whatever they can do. As the party chairman and Honorable Chika said, every penny is needed. Please, for this election, we need to understand that at various strata, this fund is being raised to one end and to one purpose only, to ensure that this election is won, to ensure that by 2023, that the narrative begins to change. I mean, if we think about it this way, in the next couple of weeks, 70 days plus, this election is going to happen. Now, we have pushed so far, and we are at the finishing line. We must then finish well and finish good. And in finishing well and finishing good, however we slice and dice it, what we need to pursue this election to its logical conclusion is nothing but fund. I think when Tanko Yanusa spoke, he told us how many polling units, how many wards, and how many LGAs we have. Now, there are individuals that will be in charge of all these layers, and these people, by those who have raped our democracy and raped our economy, they have the resources in their own parlance. They call that having the war chest. But here, we're not talking about war chest. We're only talking about being able to convince fellow Nigerians to apply our common sense to be able to say that enough is enough. While we do that, to also tell ourselves that transportation logistics for people too, if you look at over 500,000 people by means of 1 per polling unit, to move around in a single day, that is, if you do the maths, whatever, is it 5,000, 10,000, whatever you think is fair, you do the maths, you see that is humongous amount of money. And in doing that, you would also understand that we are, when it comes to stolen funds, when it comes to those that have raped Nigerian, its economy, the future of the youth without any form of protection, you will see that it is unmatched. However, there is something that we have that they don't. We have the will of the people. We have the support of the people, and we have the goodwill of the people to note and to say that in my local language, in Igbo, we say, when, there is a proverb that says that when one man cooks for the society will finish. But when the society cooks for one man, it is impossible too. Then you and I, if we aggregate our strength, we would and we should be able to cook for those who have been cooking for us for so many years now, to take away that power that they have. And if we take away that power, we turn that power, that energy, and we should be able, and we must be able to get the nation working again. Now, there is something people, I must tell us, that most times when we do this analysis, some of us are very scared. You know what? If Nigeria does not come to the right trajectory in the next couple of months, that is by means of saying by 2023, if the election goes wrong, we fear for the outcome. You and I now, 70 days plus, have that power to ensure that that election goes right. And in ensuring that that election goes right, you and I have that power to put as little as we can, our widow's mite, to ensure that the right thing and the right mobilization is done. People, on that note, we can see on the chart as shared by Chike, Honorable Chike, that if you wish to support the Labour Party, there is a Labour Party campaign account, and that is the UBA account. For those of you who may wish to write it down, those of you watching us on various social media platforms now, both on Injinja Media and on Newsband and other support group websites now. If you wish to write it down, the account number in Nigeria is UBA 1225-832294. I repeat again, that is Labour Party campaign account. Account number 1225-832294, and that is UBA Bank. On that note, I will then hand over to say, please encourage each and every one of us. There is also on YouTube, that link is pinned. If you wish, if it is much easier for you to just click on the GoFundMe, click on that link, and please, that is genuine, and do the needful. If you wish to do the transfer, again, it is also acceptable. What is not acceptable is that we will stay on the fence. At this point, we want to break down the barriers and break down the fence. There is not going to be any fence for any one of us to sit on. We must declare and we must show our hands where we stand as it concerns 2023. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mazes. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we all are in the same we're in the same boat together, and we need your support. But even those who are from other chapters, please can you mobilize the members? We are all doing the same cause. We are all going to the same purpose, and whatever we do here today is just for us to support the work of Labour Party. All the support groups involved, please, all hands must be on deck. We are targeting about 100,000 euros to see how we could actually support the campaign of Labour Party and also bring the government of P2B and DATI into being come 2023. By February 2023, we all will actually beat our chest that yes, we have done it. So please, once again, we are actually asking you, soliciting that you support our cause. Yes, 100,000 euro might be a peanut or thereabout, but also is a huge thing. So we all need your support to achieve that goal. Please, anybody who actually needs to make a comment or a contribution, as we urge you to go into the platform and look at the account. If it is the GoFundMe or if it is the Labour Party campaign account, please do. Or highly appreciate your contributions or your donations. Thank you very much. Samantha, if people want to make comments or something like that, please let's do so while we try to round up. I think we're over 2 hours.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable. Thank you very much, all our guest speakers. Thank you for coming. And once again, please, the GoFundMe will be ongoing. Does not stop here. It's still live. It's ongoing. Please feel free to share it. Okay, share it on all your platforms, the support groups. Please share it. Okay, and wherever you are, you can just click on it, and the money will be allocated to the right place. Please, and then if you have the Nigeria account, UBA, please use the link and the money will go direct. Okay, I think we've come to the end of this program. Now, just to let you know, Aisha Yusuf actually texted, her apology because she's actually between meetings. She actually tried to log in and the noise was just too much. She could not. So, this is campaign season. They're always on the go. She's actually in the campaign feed. And then that is what happened. Then she actually sent her apology. And she said in the next meeting she'll be joining us. So she texted and said, look, she actually called and tried to, but she could not actually do it. So sorry about that. Now that is from Aisha, and I'll just call on the secretary of the Labour Party Ireland and Northern Ireland, okay, to give us a close remark. And she's Abiodu Olama. Please, can you just, close this meeting for us? Thank you very much.
Thank you, moderator. All protocols duly observed again, and on behalf of the members of Labour Party Ireland, we want to say thank you to everybody who has taken time out of their busy schedule to honor our invitation for this meeting tonight. And we pray that the cause we are driving with this common goal, that God in his infinite mercy will make us arrive our destinations, and joy will be all our portions at the end of the day. We want to thank the various chairmen, our national party chairman and all. We pray that the next time we gather, it will be on a more happy note, because we'll be driving closer to home, which is February 2023. And we know that God himself is backing us up. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. And as we go, I would just want us to say the national prayer, which is thanking God for this meeting, thanking Allah, because we are all encompassing. It's not a religious gathering, so we have to observe everyone's religion, as it were. And that God in his infinite mercy will go with all of us, and as we continue to drive this good cause, that he will see us through. Amen.
Amen. Before we go, just a quick one. Honorable Chike has his hand up. Sir, yes, sir, can you unmute yourself and let us know?
Okay, thank you. I just want to say perhaps the closing remark from our own end here. The national chairman had another meeting now, so he left to attend to another meeting. You guys know that we are like, it's crazy here because all hands are on deck as we speak. We hardly sleep here because election barely 65 days to go or 66 days to go for this election. So we are planning and doing meetings and pulling unit agents and all of that. So a whole lot of activities are going on, and like I said earlier, the party really need your support, as well as support of every other well-meaning Nigerian that want a better Nigeria and a new Nigeria. Hence, I want to plead with all of us, even as we are closing this meeting, it's not that it ends here. The conversation continues. Whatever you guys can do, whatever project you can take up, independently, you can say, okay, I can support a particular sensitization in a particular community. Target is mainly on the northern states too, because of the unique kind of the north. So we're trying to make sure that we have our presence in the north. As about 19 states, so we're trying to inaugurate door to door. We have inaugurated already. We have inaugurated. They are busy, but to reach out to more states. So we kind of ask that everyone, the ones you can do, let us hear from you, independent. Reach out to us, through your chairman. We can always communicate to the national chairman for whatever personal donation, because I know that in terms of donation, some people usually or they want to make it personal, they reach out to the appropriate quarters and they make their donations. So hence I'm saying, whatever individually you want to do as a group too, we are open to receive your support. Like I said, this Christmas, nobody's going to do Christmas. We are going to campaign. To be honest with you, this Christmas, we have converted this year Christmas as a way of, when you gather people to marry, it's not just marrying. You guys are talking about how do we take our country back. To be honest with you, for me, that's my own definition of 2022 Christmas. I'm going to visit all the communities in my state, because we just have to win this election. Whatever we can do to win this election, we have to do it. I have decided that this Christmas, as soon as I step into Imo State, which is my state, every single the king will gather his people. I will address them in my own little way. P2B must not be everywhere. These are the little way we community. I will tell them about Peter Obi. I will tell them about New Nigeria. I will tell them that, listen, guys, the suffering we're suffering is not good for us. We need a new Nigeria. So this is what I intend to do. I'm simply presenting to you all what we intend to do in your own way, because one thing about most of you are in diaspora, obviously you have your relatives back home. You have your family, extended family. You can reach out to them, tell them to say, listen, guys, because one thing about what is going on in Nigeria here is this: these money-backed politicians, they will come to our rural communities or in our various local governments. They try to cajole the unenlightened ones, trying to play some politics of ethnicity, try to play politics of religion and all of that. But what we're trying to do is this: those of you in diaspora, call, because you have huge influence on. So obviously you support them. Mind you, politicians will come and give them peanuts after, but you guys are always there for your family members. Hence, you have a better influence on them. Keep calling them. Tell them that, listen, when you talk to a family member and he talks to more people in that community, your influence can in the particular community you came from. Hence, we are relating to our diaspora people to say, listen, apart from the monetary aspect of it, you also need to reach out to your family member back home to say, Peter Obi narrative, and most of the struggle we're having here in Nigeria will be over. Hence, I'm encouraging all of us. This is my closing remark anyway, to say, please, let us campaign even from diaspora. You can campaign from diaspora. Reach out to your people. If you want us to go to your community, let me know. We will visit your community to reach out to those in community to tell them that, listen, Peter Obi is the man to vote. Perhaps let me allow us to rest for today. We'll keep on this conversation going on. I want to sincerely thank you on behalf of the national chairman of Labour Party. I want to sincerely thank you on behalf of the diaspora committee. I want to sincerely thank you for your time, your energy, your resources. It's not easy, I can understand, but you guys made our time to come here together to do this. May the Lord Almighty reward all of us according to his will, because I know his will for a better Nigeria anyway. So God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chike. Thank you very much. Yes, Chairman, do you want to say something?
Oh yeah. Before we go, may I sincerely thank Honorable. Hello.
Thank you. Yes, I'm back, but thank you.
Honorable Chike, because in the last 2 weeks I've been here in Abuja. He has been so tremendously helpful, and he has actually contributed to the success of this meeting today. He has been actually sensitizing the Labour Party here in Nigeria to make sure that the national chairman we're here today with attend this program despite their enormous activities from one meeting to the other. I've been at the party secretariat. It is just crazy. And I also want to thank Engineer Mike Roberts and Bruno Obim. For them, we have been actually working together collectively and looking at what to do as chapters, especially some of us in Europe, and also Professor Amaroji in the US. We have actually tried to make sure that the diasporans are, the impact of the diasporans are felt, within the Labour Party in Nigeria, and few other members of the diaspora committee who has actually been actually guiding us in some of the things we're doing, and also making sure we're going on the right direction. I just want to thank everybody who has actually made that time here today to be with us. And no matter the little you have actually put your time and other resources, we pray that they will be actually be replenished by God's grace. So on that note, I just want us to maybe mobilize our friends, our networks, and make sure that we achieve a huge success, raise a good money to actually see this campaign, because come this December, like the chairman diaspora has said, most of what happens in Abuja here is both the people you go to buy something with, the people you met on the road, and everybody. The campaign is very huge here, and people have been actually coming into to know how they could vote and where they could vote, especially those who are not voters literate. And there's huge people, a huge thing is being going on here. So everybody just get across to your people back home here and ask them, guide them how to vote, because some of them, they know P2B, like somebody said earlier on, but they don't know that he actually have left PDP, and they don't know where to vote. So what you can do is you have the Labour Party logo and every other thing from the Mama Papa Pekin, and from how people are going to, where they are going to vote, the symbols of what Labour Party stands for, because there will be no P2B or DATI on the voting card. So we have to actually drive this home. Our duty now at diaspora has gone from sending money home to making sure that they know how to vote and they will vote wisely, so that we're able to take back this country. On that note, please, Honorable Chike, I thank you once more, and we will continue working together, like you said, whereby we need your support, we will actually call on you. I know some of you work 24 hours, but thank you very much for your time here today, and also guiding us in putting this through. It is a huge success. I thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And
thank you, everybody. Thank you. So thank you for coming. Bye. So we're going to end the meeting now. Chairman, can you please end the meeting?